2, 1. He's so fresh, he's so clean, he can wash your sins away. It's your boy Fabuloso, aka Yuli. And
he started with himself. Oh.
He's thicker than the oil your mom has saved in the oven, aka your boy Jack. He's got more hair than the shower drain in your parents' bathroom, aka nowhere.
Why specifically the parents' bathroom?
This is the better things to do.
Is this a roast section?
You guys wanted nicknames, so I gave you nicknames.
I like how he didn't roast himself though.
I know.
The Fabuloso.
The Fabuloso?
The Fabuloso. What did you
He's
call
so
yourself?
fresh, he's so clean, he can even wash your sins away. Fabuloso. So that's a banger name.
Is it though?
Kind of bars. Hey, but I give you guys bars too, all right? He's thicker than the oil. 2 C's, by the way. Thicker than the oil in what did I say? And your mom has saved in the oven.
You called him manteca.
No. I think he means the leftover like oil when you like cook like when you fry something.
Yeah.
That's not manteca though.
Yeah, but that's how you refer to like todo esa pinche manteca.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we refer to.
Oh, for us it's always been oil because manteca is like lard.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
pig lard.
But like when it's splattered on the walls and shit from cooking everywhere.
That's cochambre. That's the actual word for it.
That's a word.
That sounds gross.
Cochambre. Well, it is gross.
No, just saying the words though.
Cochambre. See, like there's a lot of words like moist. A lot of people don't like feel comfortable with the word moist.
I love the word moist.
I do.
The
I don't mind
word, the sound that makes me laugh is like the SQ sound, the squa. So squishy, squeeze, that squeeze, squishy,
or what's that?
Squiggly.
The spelling bee one.
Iridocyclitis?
Yeah, iridocyclitis.
Which one's that one?
The one with the little like
the little kid.
Well, I was gonna say the little Indian kid, but it's like
that could be any of them.
90% of the spelling bee champs are like Indian boys.
When we were watching the spelling bee videos, I still feel bad for the one who's like, yes, I know this, and then like he spells it and he's all happy, he's like dabbing and shit, and they're like, eh.
Yeah, he got one letter wrong. Yeah, I remember.
That was funny. But yeah, this is the iridocyclitis kid.
Oh yeah,
that young buck.
And he was like, iridocyclitis.
Actually, iridocyclitis. Like he really emphasized the colitis part.
He just got in there when he said it.
I don't know why he gives me Mark Cabrera vibes. Is that wrong? Is that accurate?
I think that's very accurate. Wait, actually a lot though.
He's like, he goes up to the podium and he's like, let me prove myself.
And then he gets it wrong.
Oh god.
Shout out to the homie Mark.
Shout out homie Mark. Alrighty, well.
What the fuck is that though?
What?
Is that what iridocyclitis is?
Let me go back. Wait, what? Is
that eye? Is that what that is?
No, it look that little like girl right there. Right, that's what iridocyclitis is.
It's when you feel it and you.
It's that nether like state when you're about to sneeze.
No,
that half hell, half heaven feeling, where it can either go really wrong, where you sneeze and your body hurts, or you sneeze and you're like, oh, like the Halo theme song starts playing.
Oh, but I like saying pineapple, so that you stay in that realm.
That bastard.
Yeah,
Someone's just there like.
Yeah, I do that to him. That way he stays in the state of like unrest.
But see, like at least whenever you do that, I sneeze probably like 9 out of 10 times. But it's just that one that pisses me off.
I do it to my manager and I get her every time. But I'll prolong it for like the whole day. Anytime I see her about, I'm like pineapple, and she's like, "Stop it!"
Dang. It never really worked on me. But like I never like tried to, or someone tried to get me.
Don't worry, dude. The moment you slip, I'll be right there.
We gotta try to say iridocyclitis.
Iridocyclitis. Wait, speaking of iridocyclitis, so iridocyclitis is an inflammation of the iris, the color part of your eye. and of the ciliary body muscles.
The
ciliary body muscles and tissues involved in focusing the eye. This condition is also called the anterior uveitis or iritis.
Isn't that your real name? Uveitis?
Whomst?
Uveitis
yeah.
Ulysses Rivera.
So I think it
That's
was.
your nickname. It's your boy. Thicker, more swollen than a Snicker. Ulititis.
Wait, why'd they give my homeboy a nose ring?
Wait, they even gave him an eyebrow one.
Wait, yeah. Why?
Oh, wait, go down.
What?
There's an animation. Where do we get the shirt?
Where do we get the
There's a
shirt?
sticker.
How do we cop?
How do we get the...
And then the angle of dominance.
He's like, yeah.
I wonder what he's doing now. Oh, I never noticed. He's got the Edgar.
That fresh cut. Hey,
Oh my God.
don't be clowning on my man's fresh cut.
Iridocytis.
So close.
Iridocytis.
Dang. Thank
Oh,
you.
he's a
Oh, wait. What does it say?
Iridocytis. Flip a coin. If heads, the defending Pokemon is now watching dank memes. Dank memes. Flip a coin. If heads, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed.
Yeah, that's OP.
Iridocytis.
That's a quarter chance of getting paralyzed.
Oh god. Or this guy. This guy gets
spelling
me.
bee.
What?
Spelling bees, man.
You know, I'm a. Well, I guess not a spelling bee, but I'm a 3-time geography bee champ.
I think I only got to do it once.
I got to
And
do
we
it
lost.
3 times, and I won in all 3 teams that I was on.
Where's Djibouti?
Were you like the Jeremy Lin of the team or what?
Yes.
Wait, let him answer. Where's
what?
Djibouti?
Djibouti. Can I get the definition?
That's not how this works.
It's geography.
It's geography.
Place of origin, please.
I'll give
Earth.
I'll give you a hint. It's in the Milky Way. It's
I'm
not,
lactose. I can't. I won't be able to figure this out.
it's not in this side of the continent.
On the other one,
Yes.
It's in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Djibouti.
Yeah.
It's
Djibouti.
technically Eastern, no?
Yeah.
If you're thinking from the prime meridian, which I'm sure Yuli knows because he won the geography bee.
He's a
He's a
three-time.
three-time.
He's a three-time.
He's a three-time
Got
defending champion. So you should
3-peat.
know where the prime meridian is.
All right, look at equator, right?
Yeah. Where's the equator?
It's
Where's it cross?
It crosses the equates. It equates through.
But starting where?
I think it's for sure like in between South America. It's like all that cuts through Africa on the other side.
Okay.
It's
What about
literally the center, right? Prime meridians are the other ones. So the Capricorn, the
fuck are you talking about?
The Capricorn.
The Capricorn and the Cancer, but those are running parallel to the equator.
Oh, yeah.
The prime meridian doesn't run parallel
so
to it.
it's the ones like these.
Yes.
All right, but I forgot what are those called. What are those called?
No. The prime meridian is the main one. It's the equator of that side.
Mm-hmm.
But you're
Yes, of
basically
course.
cutting it in half vertically.
Yes,
yes.
of course. I'm
But where does it officially start? Where does it cross through? Because there's a very
specific
place that it crosses.
The Amazon rainforest. No.
It's like in England.
All right, wait. I need a cheat sheet.
It's
Let
in
me just
England.
pull up Earth.
It's in England.
England. Oh yes.
He spelled it like how he says it. He spelled it how he says it.
No one saw that.
ESRTH. Earth.
No one saw that. Okay, look.
Earth.
All right. So our planet Earth.
Perro. Nice.
Oh, that's the prime meridian.
Right.
Wouldn't the moon be flat too?
No,
Why not?
that's a globe because they only made the Earth is a pancake. Actually, it's a floating pancake. That's why it's fluffy.
So I'm assuming North America, South, Australia.
So wait, tell me again. What is that? If that's Australia, what is that, Mr. Geography?
All right.
What is that? What is that one again? What? Yeah.
Oh, which side of flat Earth is this?
My boy. Wait. No, go back. What is that big landmass right there?
This one?
No, yeah, that one. What's that?
Okay, if that's Australia, then that has to be Europe, of course. Land of culture. Asia. Then we got your boy, Africa.
Africa, yes.
Africa.
Where's Europe?
Europe, it's we don't talk about them.
I mean, because I can see them.
Oh, what?
Mr. Geography, 3-time winner.
But this is, see, look, this is not the true.
That's not the one he knows.
That's not the one. I know.
Oh, okay. So then, like, you would know, like, what state is Kansas City in? Right?
You know where Iowa is at?
That's in. You know where I was gonna make a joke.
Oh, did you ever figure out where Djibouti was?
I'm looking for it.
Oh yeah, where's Djibouti?
Map.
I know where it is.
You can honestly just go on Google Earth.
You're right. I forget that's a thing.
Oh, but perfect. Let's use that.
Right there. Yeah.
Right click it and then hit because that's gonna take it. Oh, that's close enough.
I got you.
It's asking for your cookies. That's Girl Scouts.
Open link.
No, te metes con mis cookies.
Copy image address.
Copy.
And then open a new tab and then paste that sucker in there.
Control V. Okay, so look it. Right?
By the way, this isn't the way it's actually the normal globe is
Yeah.
oriented, but
So now that you have the cheat code.
okay, look it. So
where's Djibouti?
Djibouti. All right. So if I was Djiboutian.
If you were Djiboutiando, where would you be?
I mean, you know. So you got your.
You know what's great is that I know you don't know how to spell Djibouti, so you could be looking right at it and you would have no idea.
Djibouti.
Yeah, it has a very unique spelling too.
All right, look at it. I mean, okay, if it's spelled weird, there's some places that are they're just spelled a little different, right?
Do you know where Djibouti is?
Djibouti. All right, Djibouti, where you be? All right, look at it.
Djibouti.
All right.
I also know what the capital of Djibouti is.
Man of culture.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going with the Arabian Peninsula, like around here, right?
Okay.
Okay, so then you have Iraq, Syria, Saudis, Yemen.
Ramen?
What is that? Yemen?
Yemen.
Whatever
That's
that
where
one
bacon's
says.
from.
Okay, I want to say it's like somewhere here-ish.
And what's your conclusion? Why there specifically?
I don't know.
Your deductive reasoning.
It gives me a vibe, you know, Djibouti, and it gives me a vibe, a party city, a party land.
Yes, because the Middle East is they're always
like
I think Ragers. I think the Middle East.
Like what's the where all the rich ones are? What's it called?
Come on,
Mr. Geography, 3-time geography major.
Well, listen, okay, I was partnered with the smartest kid in the class.
So you're Jeremy Lin the team.
I admitted.
He wrote in with a Wing Lane Chinese jersey and shit at the parade. Everyone's like the goat Ulises, even though he was like, his question was like, Ulises, what state do we live in? And then he hyperventilates. He's freaking out. He's like, California. And then like, correct. And then your teammates are like, where's Djibouti?
All right, Djibouti. Look at. Oh wait.
Oh.
What about like right here? No. The Sudan, South Sudan. There's a South. What? Okay. Ethiopia,
Where's
Egypt.
North Sudan?
No, I still think it's like here.
Well,
Djibouti.
I mean, then show us where it is.
All right. If I had to
literally have a map
with
the name.
Djibouti.
Yeah, Djibouti.
If I were Djibouti, I'll be here.
Is there a clearer one? This one's a little blurry.
It is a little blurry.
Little
Murray.
That is with that.
Little
Google
bird.
Earth.
Little bird.
There's a little worry.
All right. You guys converse while I look for.
Did you hear that 3-time defending champion Ulises Rivera doesn't know where Djibouti is?
I've actually heard about it.
I think it's trending on Twitter right
See,
now.
I'm very disappointed because I believed in him. He was my boy. I had money on him, and he's letting me down by not knowing where Djibouti's at.
Hashtag justice for Djibouti.
Fuck it, I'm gonna just go into Google Maps. Close. Okay. Djibouti's.
Oh, type it in. Yes.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay.
Take us to Djibouti.
Oh wait.
Take us to Djibouti.
I'll take you there. Look it. Right. Look it. There you go.
All right.
Okay. We zoom in.
Show us Djibouti.
Oh, Ashgabat. Okay.
I don't think that's Djibouti.
Damn it.
Hey, Karachi. I remember that Modern Warfare 2 map.
What's up?
You remember? Karachi?
Karachi.
Where is Djibouti?
Djibouti. Djibouts.
And you know what's funny is that I remember this one because like everyone laughed as a kid, as immature children would. We're like, oh, Djibouti, oh, Djibouti, and then the capital of Djibouti was funnier.
There's a okay.
The capital, yeah. Typically they have capitals.
You know what? I'm going with Yemen. It's gonna be in Yemen. Djibouti's in
Okay,
Yemen.
so then the question becomes, what is Djibouti?
Djibouti.
Is it a country? Is it a state? Is it a city? Is it a town?
I
A precinct?
Is it a precinct? Is it a municipality?
Is
it a county? Is it a block?
Is it a street name?
Is it a barrio?
Is it someone's last name?
Is it a pueblo?
Is this just my booty?
The whole time he's like, "Oh, you guys are saying my booty, not your booty."
I'll give you a hint. Look south.
South
Yes.
from where I'm at.
Yes.
Oh, so
Spoiler: you're in the wrong spot.
Oh, she. Oh,
Where's it at?
Djibouti. Where are you? Wait, let me
Djibouti.
see. Ethiopia. Oh, it's its own thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you knew, Mr. Geography. What's the capital? What's the capital of Djibouti?
The booty.
It's funny because it's right there. You got it on the screen. Okay, people can see that it's right there,
Oh,
and
it's
you're
right there.
struggling to figure it out.
Shit.
See, I wonder if Djibouti's like,
It's the booty.
because I feel like it's in a almost like, since it's by Egypt, it might be in a desert region.
But I mean at least it looks like it has a bunch of like roads and shit. It
like
looks
a
litty.
Yeah.
you got
that-
Beaches.
Of course, because it's the capital. But what about the rest of Djibouti?
Or can I change it to?
Yeah, hit us with that satellite.
Show. Oh, that's not what I want.
Ooh,
Wait, that's what
Djibouti
I-
look pretty nice.
That's what I want, right?
As most booties
Thanks.
would.
How do I?
Thanks, I work out. No, it's one of those
It's those,
three.
right?
Yeah.
Satellite. There.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Satellitazo.
So it doesn't look like there's a lot of vegetation.
So it's Djibouti, I'm booty.
He, she, me, you, booty, hey booty, booty, Djiboutiology.
The study of booty. It's elementary.
So it looks like there's not a lot of vegetation, so it might be like almost.
Well, I mean,
desert.
from far away, this is kind of like how like California looks like. Like if you zoom out,
in?
like La Puente.
Well, I mean, California has like a lot of desert too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, go up north.
Yeah.
Djibouti.
You're in like the desert part of San Andreas. I need you to go.
Wait, you got your Subway, your Pizza Hut,
This Subway? That's not a Subway.
Green beans.
Subway.
coffee?
Green
Pizza Hut,
green beans coffee.
Pizza Hut Camp, Lemonade, Djibouti.
There's a Pizza Hut, dude.
Well, this is a camp, right? We're like in probably like a.
Where's Tacos Mexico at?
All right, the capital here,
Fool, that just looks like La Puente.
right?
No, you know what that looks like? It looks like
It's like Mexico.
you know the neighborhoods on Don Julian,
Yeah.
right down where
I guess
like the one rancho area and this
Yeah.
whole place. It's kind of what it looks like.
So it's pretty desert.
Yeah.
That's cool. But I bet the beaches are.
Yeah,
nice
I bet the beaches are dope.
Let's try to find like a nice beach.
I mean,
Oh, there's a prison. Let's see if we can catch like a prison guard like saying hi to the Google Maps.
you just
They
get
probably blur it out. You probably can't like. see
There's
people.
one like I saw like people like zoom in somewhere, and if you find a specific spot, there's like a cat just up in the camera, like Like all double chin.
Those are my favorite. Like just like random coordinates,
Yeah.
and it's like a ghost, or like people fucking, or like just some dude doing some weird shit out in the middle of the forest.
How do I street?
I remember when they first showed us this.
You gotta hit the little guy, the little yellow guy,
The
just
little
drag
yellow
him.
fool.
drag him somewhere.
Let's go on the beach.
God, dude, why you gotta be so aggressive though? Like the poor guy's just hanging. Vamos a salir.
Maybe they don't have the street view over there.
Probably.
Or if you zoom in like close enough, sometimes it'll blend into the street.
Yeah, they let me.
It looks litty up north.
Yeah.
I remember when they first showed us this in like 5th grade, and I remember some kid like ran out of the classroom and like stood outside because he thought he would pop up.
Oh. Bruh.
Then he's like, "Do you guys see me?"
Embassy of Japan. So these are all the embassies. The People's Palace. That's where the Rock.
That's where the Rock goes. Can you smell what the palace is cooking?
Djibouti. Dang, Djibouti looks kind of lit. The mouse. They got a mouse there.
I would assume so.
Right? That's
High school
Djibouti. I'm assuming that's how everything's going to be pronounced there.
Saburi. Pizza Hootie. McHootie. McBooty.
The library booty.
The Biblio Booty. Joe's Wings, dude.
Ooh,
The homie Joe is just located in Djibouti.
Good time to go.
Yeah.
Ya están cerrados.
That looks like a classroom. Wait, what?
Oh. What is
Where's
that?
that?
They sell wings there?
That's the menu.
Imagine, bro, selling wings with that atmosphere.
Yeah, let me check the vibe.
That's not a vibe.
I guess it's...
Where are you going? The vibe was literally like the next page over.
Well,
This is Joe's Wings.
Yeah, I looked up Joe's Wings and...
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube Djibouti. Whoa, what is that?
It's their version of Ice Cube.
Is he also saying fuck the police? Fuck the religious police.
Straight from the underground.
Is he the one that sings that if you scared motherfucker go to church? Is that him? Is that Ice Cube? If you scared motherfucker go to church.
He's the one. He's like, then in Cole, what is it? Natural Born Killers. He's like, I'm gonna bust the nut when I open you up. And then he has a very Corey Taylor moment.
He's a man of culture.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of...
Because he straight meditates like a Buddhist. That's not him, right? Is that him?
Of Djibouti.
Djibouti. Let's just move on.
Well, I mean, we can still take in the topic of like deserty stuff because we are gonna be going to Vegas.
We're gonna be going to Vegas.
Shaking our Djiboutis there.
True.
But yeah, dude,
Actually,
this
whoa,
week,
yeah.
dude, it came by fast looking. Well, the whole year because we are going on our second annual.
It's a biannual, but it depends on how you define biannual.
How do you define bi?
We already went through this.
Oh no, this would be annual.
Right.
Because biannual would be twice a year or every other year.
Yes.
But
Correct.
since this is yearly, so this would be an annual.
So yeah, so we're going on our annual Vegas trip. We've only gone once.
No,
So
but
this
it's a
is now the
tradition.
second
It's a
tradition.
vibe.
It's a
We're
vibe.
trying to make it a tradition.
A thing with our friend group.
Would the cabin be a tradition? Just offhand?
If people liked
could
it
be.
enough.
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it.
But I think it sucked that it rained.
I enjoyed falling asleep at 10 every day.
See, but you weren't asleep though. You were unconscious.
Yeah, you're gone.
You were like Amalia was jumping up and down on your stomach, and you would not respond.
She was like,
But see, I'm a heavy sleeper.
Like
And-
she set you up on the table. She climbed up the Hell in the Cell, jumped off, and landed on you, and you were out, dude.
No, I'm just,
And it was funny because like she looks at us like, how do I wake him up? And we're all like, that's your guy.
that's your boo.
I'm just a heavy.
That's your
sleeper.
booty.
I'm just a super heavy sleeper. Like I need to wake up. I need like 10 alarms because I just don't wake up. If there was a pill that I can take so I can wake up in my first alarm, I would fucking take 100 of them. But
But then you'll be like awake the whole time. You'll be like,
I feel you, because I'm not like a sleepwalker, but I'm like a sleep everything elser.
Well, see, that's
Like-
the thing. As a kid, I used to sleepwalk. My mom told me that when I was younger, that I would try to leave the house.
Oh.
I would try to open the door and leave, and my mom would be like, ¿Qué estás haciendo? Like, regresate a la cama, and then I would just be like obedient. I'll be like, oh, okay.
Frick you, Mom. I'm tired of living in here.
And then you like moonwalk back to your
And
sleep
then-
moonwalk back to your.
And then in my sleep, she said that I would have full on conversations.
Like, no, pues. Yeah, man.
Yalla, man.
And
Calaba.
so I don't know. Like, I don't understand why I'm such a heavy sleeper.
I on my alarms I have like to solve equations, and I'll do it in my sleep. Like I'm solving math equations in my sleep.
I would be the same.
Wait, like on your lock phone?
Yeah.
To, like, stop your alarm, you have to
You have
put a
to
pattern?
you have to do like 5 equations to hit the snooze button,
What
and
the heck?
I'll sleep right through like 6 alarms.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Just
literally
really-
like solving them.
What
and I put
the
it back.
That's an Android thing, right? Because I think I remember I had that in high school too, and I would solve the equations too.
Dang, so they made it hard for you guys to like
My body
go
just
to sleep,
adapted
but you just dang. That's
because it worked for like a week, but then my body started to figure out how to like wake up just enough to solve them and then go back to sleep.
they're like, nah, fool, we're trying to.
So like I have my alarms at like 5:20, but I don't actually get up till like an hour later because my body's just doing this.
I can show you my alarms, and my alarms literally go from. Let's see. Here, alarms. So if I'm trying to wake up,
Su pinche madre.
if I'm trying to wake up at 4, I have all these right to 4.
Every 5 minutes or
and then I'll have if I'm trying to wake up at 5, I'll have all these.
Damn,
I'm trying to
not-
wake up at
Poor
6.
Amalia.
not even me, fool. I have it every 10.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, and I just and even with all those alarms, you'd think I'd wake up in time. Nope, I still wake up late.
But then that's just.
I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what to
You
do.
just gotta like do it. You gotta get up.
Like I can get my full 8 hours of sleep, and I would still like not wake up. I
Oh
can
wait,
get-
so you just sleep through them. You don't like get up and stop them and go back to sleep.
no, I do.
Oh.
I get up and turn them off.
Well, then
See-
stay up.
See, but I don't remember getting up.
Oh, so you're.
The thing is, you wake up at 6:20 and your alarms are all checked off.
See, like my parents used to get pissed off at me because they would be like you had to get up at this hour and you didn't, and you slept. Like you would turn off your alarms, and they told me the same thing. Just get up, and it's like I don't know how to explain it. Like you just don't.
What the heck?
Like you have no like you're not aware. You're just automatically turning off snoozing your alarms.
I feel like I should have like when I was in school, I should have had like do your homework in order to turn the snooze button off, and I would first thing in the morning and have all my homework already done, and I'd still wake up late.
True. And I don't know, like I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's wrong. If I sleep a little, it's still the same thing. If I sleep like my 8-hour regulation time, I still fucking sleep through them. Or if I oversleep, I still sleep through them.
Like
I
you
don't know how
might
to
just
fix
have
it.
to ask Amalia like to help you out. Like, hey.
No, she wakes me up, but I'm kind of getting her into the bad habit too of where she's like now sleeping through her alarms too.
No, boss. Then you have to change.
You're the toxic one.
Yeah, you have to change
Yeah,
that habit.
it for sure is a toxic trait, and I don't know what to do about it because I just sleep through it.
I don't know. Then you just have to like try to stay conscious when you do wake up.
Set an alarm, put an IV in, set an alarm, and that way, like at 4:00, it'll like dispense a little bit of cocaine to wake your ass up. And be,
Or just how Amalia was just
Like
like,
that, Mr. Krabs.
you're gonna be like Bane from the bad guy from Batman.
Yeah,
You just and then he's Latino too, so it'll be the same thing.
All right.
Like you'll be all
He's
juiced
Cuban,
up.
right? He's like Cuban.
I was Mexican.
No, they never. It's like Santa Margarita or some
one
some
of those,
fake
like-
ass country, but it like I think it,
fake ass country.
but I think it's like supposed to be Cuban.
Okay.
I thought it was Mexican or something.
But I don't know why they named him. Well, why they spelled it Bane.
Bane. How would
Banes.
you have to spell
Bain.
it with the
Bain.
Banestasio.
No,
like
like
Bain.
Cain or Ephraim, with an
with an I.
A-I-N, B-A-I-N, Bain.
But see,
Because Bane sounds weird.
but the English language is weird like that.
But I mean, ultimately, it's in English. It'd be the same. It'd be Bane. But if you
Yes.
were to say it in, like, if he were to say his name in Spanish, it would sound weird. Bane.
Yeah.
versus
Because
Bain.
I mean, like, think of Bay. Bay is the same thing. With a B-A, it would be B-A-I-E.
But so my thing is in Spanish is where it would be different.
Bain.
Yeah.
Bay.
So it ultimately in English it'll be all the
Yeah.
same, but in Spanish is what I'm referring to because like
That's what I like about Spanish. What you see is what you get. It's like if you're reading this, it's regen. You know, in Spanish, total body fuel. Right? And in English, it's like all these like little like if it's next to an F, it sounds like this. If it's after like a fucking T, it sounds like this. Like Asian, the Xian ending, Tion.
Oh yeah.
Like
it's not Tion.
rations, vacation. Like I honestly thought
Like,
it was SH.
Like explain to me the words the and of. Explain that to me. The
THE.
THE, but it's not. That's not how you would say
V.
it. The would be THA. Or of.
Throughout.
Through, though, fought.
Throughout.
I know, it was all the
It's
same.
OUGH, but you say it differently in every version.
Why? Who? Where?
Why is you can read something in present tense, it's spelled READ, but if you read something, it's also spelled READ. Or you can say something like, "Oh, I'm really perfect at this," versus "I'm trying to perfect this." It's the same spelling. You just say it differently.
True.
See, that's why you would think they would have like an accent. Like in Spanish, they were like, "We got it. We'll just put an accent, and that's how you'll know
The
how to say it."
emphasis on a different part of the word.
But in English, it's either like, if you say the wrong one, you'd be like, you're like reading something like Joaquin was trying to perfect his skill. Oh wait, my bad. Joaquin was trying to perfect his perfect skill.
Yeah, it would be like Joaquin is trying to perfect
His perfect skill, but
Yeah.
you may fuck it up the first time you read
while
it.
trying to read the book he was reading.
Okay,
Right? Like read and read. That one fucked me up for a long time too.
see, that's why when I like mess up my words, you can't blame me. You gotta blame.
But that's okay. So we're referring to reading. You're just speaking. Read, and read are all the same thing.
I'm reading my mind. Okay, what I'm trying to say.
Is your mind dyslexic? Is that why you're
Dude, like when he speaks, he's seeing like what he wants to say as like the Star Wars intro, and he's just like reading it.
But sometimes se le pasa. That's why like he's like, oh fuck.
Can
You know how like you think in Spanish?
Yes.
Yuli thinks in the opposite language he's trying to speak in. So if he's trying to speak in English, he's thinking in Spanish. That's why he's constantly in the state of translation.
And I'm just
But
like,
if he's speaking in Spanish, he's thinking in English.
Yes.
That's why you always get your tongue twisted.
my tisteds are always tongued.
That's why that's why sometimes my accent will come out because I'm like thinking in Spanish.
Yeah, that's why you'll be like, "Hey fool, I saw this thing on Twitter.
On Twitter.
I'm trying to catch the rhythm."
The rhythm. I don't think I've ever messed up rhythm. I think that's a word that's consistent. But I have said Twitter.
Twitter.
Before.
I remember Twitter. The Mexican always shows up.
Joaquin.
Once in a while. Because, you know, I used to get, picked on because of my accent. So I made it a point to, work on it. Unlike Yuli. He doesn't give a fuck.
Because there's times where, I'll be at work and, I know who I have to talk to a certain way. So, when...
Oh, you're code switching?
Yes.
Yeah.
This product is very...
I could, switch it.
spectacular.
You're like, salutations!
Fellow customer.
Salutations, Wanderer. Have you... you arrived here to procure our services. Tell us what is your need.
And then, a cholo ass fool come and be like, hey, what up, fool? What you want?
Like, hey, fool.
Hey,
You're gonna start... I need you to start this phone. Certainly!
I stay, I forget.
Certainly, sire. At once.
I shall make haste.
But yeah, dude, I'd be switching it like that. Every time.
It's funny how having some sort of a what would that be called? Talking like that. It's kind of like a
Code switching. Or that, I mean, that's what Key and Peele called it.
I'm looking like for a specific thing. It's kind of like prestige almost. Like if you speak a certain way, you are of like a more elevated, kind of like Mexicans and having titles. You know, like it's something that people try to carry on and pass on to their children. Because if you speak a certain way, you're like respected a certain way. And like Old English or like Spanish, like Castellano, cuando hablan así vos. And as in comparison,
I think Domo's Spanish though.
To like just saying like tú,
Just because he has a list.
vos, and like Old English and like American English, like
You say
it was kind of like prestigious. Like I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I want to say, but I don't know the exact word.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like it gives you a status, and it's just funny how we like
use
carry
an
that on.
elevated language.
Well, no one really talks like that anymore.
Well,
so I
right,
don't know how to
anymore, like,
describe
we
it.
don't-
But
we
now
care.
you would say something more like, instead of like your answer's wrong, you'd say like your opinion is erroneous.
Yes.
Oof. Learn that one. Take notes on that.
Erroneous. I R. Shit. Wait, actually?
Yeah, it doesn't start with an I.
What's up? Fine.
And it's
But,
just funny,
yeah.
just like that way of talking, that it was a thing, and no one sat there and said like, "What the fuck is this guy speaking like that? Is he dumb?" Everyone was like, yes,
Mhm.
I want to be like that guy.
I mean, we could bring it back.
Who started that?
Who?
Like, who started speaking like that? I wonder who was the first person, like in English, as far as English goes, who came up with that way of speaking.
And that
Like
accent,
tro-
like
troqueando ka?
Like, like reading like old English text, it's a fucking headache.
Oh yeah.
It's an absolute headache.
Okay, so then it's like, how did Old English become American in a way?
or this like modern English. I mean,
Yeah.
British,
Because
British
Engli-
English, they talk kind of
British English is different than
Right.
American English, but then there's different sects of American English.
Yeah.
True.
Because it's funny, because I remember me and Yuli used to watch the show, The Turtle Man, Call of the Wild.
Oh yeah, live action.
There was an episode like
Rest
they
in
were
peace,
like,
by the way. He died, no?
no, it was the Big Fool.
Oh, Turtleman still alive? No, Turtleman died.
No, Ernie didn't die.
Wait, I need to let me fact.
His
check.
homie died.
I thought Turtleman died.
No, his homie did. But they're like super. I don't know if hillbilly is the PC term, but just to get it, you can get an idea of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Of
Of the South.
the South, there, gentlemen of the Appalachians. They should call themselves that, gentlemen of the Appalachians.
There you go.
He was contracted by a proper English speaking man, or some would assume proper English speaking man.
Right.
And it was funny because they're like, yeah, I don't know. He started talking and he has funny. His accent's real funny. It was hard to understand what he was trying to say. And like the guy's like, all right, gentlemen, I would like for you to come into my house and take care of this rat problem, this rodent problem that we have that's emanating from the basement floor. And then they're like, most of the time I know what he was saying. It sounded like he was saying gibber, something about rodents or something, critters. Like I guess we're gonna go find out, right?
Yeah.
But it was like funny that we would listen to his accent and be like, "Yo, what the fuck are you saying?"
Yeah.
They would even subtitle them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
But from his perspective,
Yeah, the other guy was
the other guy was like, "What the fuck are you saying?"
Yeah. And that's
Like
funny.
in our minds, the way we speak is the proper way to speak, or the clearest way to speak. Because you can say that in Spanish too.
And like Californians, we have a lazy ass way of speaking. It's all like blah 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 blah, like very mumbled. And then like
I like how that you.
That's my thing.
like people in the East will articulate their their T's and everything, and it's very funny. And like before, I don't know if you guys have seen the show Vikings.
With
it's
Are
a
they from
series.
Minnesota or what?
No, it's Vikings. It's on
Minnesota Vikings.
on Netflix. Right? The one
It's not on
with
Netflix.
Aquaman.
HBO.
It's, HBO. Yeah, the HBO.
The one with
Vikings.
Aquaman.
No,
No,
it's not Aquaman.
they all look like Aquaman type people.
Yeah. Well, no, isn't he like?
No, but I mean
Pacific
like,
Islander?
well, just color
Big.
swap them.
Like
Big.
built.
Yeah, just
Well,
color
like-
swap them,
like
and
they're built.
you'll get the same idea.
Yeah.
Like really buff looking dudes with like really
Long-
messy hair.
long-
Yeah. Well, like
Rugged man.
in that show, the translators were like, they were still considered servants, but they were valuable, because then you would be able to communicate amongst like the Saxons and the Vikings.
Anglo-Saxons.
From Loera, the Vikings and the
And so like translators were like top tier, and like in Mexico, if you guys ever want to go venture and get a job over there, if you guys go find a job as a translator, you would make bank, because translators, since we both like speak fluent Spanish and English.
I like how you even doubted
I
himself.
doubted myself just because there's times like I could be speaking the perfect Spanish, but then I was born speaking Spanish, but then I translated into English going to school, but then both of them I didn't practice either of them, so now they both just suck.
Well, yeah.
I can imagine him in a very important business meeting, and he'd be like, "Lo que dijo it." How do you say? And they're like, "No, pues a ti te están pagando a ti." And they're like, you know what I mean? Like they want your money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can imagine Yuli in that
You
situation.
guys can go to hotels or airports, and you guys will make bank as translators, because they're like, I mean, translators anywhere are kind of like.
I mean, you kind of. I feel like that would be because you got the both. Your Spanish is like.
I think you're more qualified
Yeah.
than Yuli is,
Yeah.
because you have the Spanish more down.
Yes.
Because you can speak it properly. You can speak that.
Yo podéis hablar en español.
Well, that, and I was gonna say, that rayos,
Rayos.
bienvenidos.
Bienvenidos. Yeah. Oh, dude, the proper way of speaking Spanish is so cringy.
It is. I've seen. I can't watch Mexican YouTubers because I can't stand the way they speak.
Mhm.
It's just so like. I feel like I'm watching Rebelde or something. Like I just can't.
I feel like I'm watching like a 90s English movie dubbed into Spanish. Eso fue extravagante. And then you're like, what? like what? Extra what?
What did you call me?
And it's just like, it's so cringy. I don't know.
Like, and I'm sure if they hear us speaking Spanish, they're like nacos.
Yeah.
Right, but to us, it's just like you sound real fresa.
Yeah.
Like ubicar or estacionar or like
Estacionamiento.
máximo
La
éxito
sudadera.
éxito crack.
Oh, see, that was a bad phrase. He memed himself with that
Yes.
one. And it's just like, it's funny because, I mean, everyone says it over there. Like, éxito.
Yeah, but he's the only one who says it here. But now, since he's 100 pounds lighter, he can wear aeropostale. I'm sorry, I'm not cultured.
Sure.
I was gonna say aeropaso, but that's not right. It's
or
aeropostale.
the polo shirts with the big old, like...
Isn't that what he got?
The Ed Hardy shirts.
No.
Oh, he could get Ed Hardy shirts too. The more bedazzled, the better.
True.
He could get like one of the plaid shirts with a bedazzled cross on the back.
Or like a tiger. Have you seen those? They have like a
Rawr.
tiger.
or the jeans that are kind of like bell bottoms, and then they're
Uh,
they're like dark blue, but on the
Yeah.
thigh area they're all washed out, and then in the back it has bedazzled designs on the pockets with little like pockets that you can button for the back pockets.
I want boots that if I take a step too high, it'll poke my eyes out.
The Intentalos.
Yeah. The Intentalo boots.
That's how I know them by. Just the ones with
They're the only ones I saw wearing them.
The what?
What is
the
it?
Intentalo. You know the song, right?
Tribal
Intentalo.
Monterrey or something like that.
No. I know what you guys are talking about. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
What did you call them?
Intentalo boots.
Oh, Inténtalo.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't hear. I was like, the what?
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah.
The
I guess you're
Inténtalo.
For
right.
those people who don't know, these are the. I can't see.
The attempted.
See, did no one tell him, like, hey, bro, like, you might not want to do that?
Intentalo.
Like, you might not want to wear those boots.
I mean, it was for the. That's
Try
what it
it.
means. It was for the memes.
Just look up the Tribal boots. What are you doing?
Tribal
Well, it's
Monterrey.
because theirs is the really long one.
See, 3-ball Monty Ray. I never knew that's how they spelled it.
Mm.
It's 3-ball.
Mm.
Wouldn't it be tres ball?
Inténtalo.
Yeah,
Boots.
these.
Look at those J's, though.
Those J's!
Wait,
Bro, down.
Uh,
Over there, to the left. You were right. You're to the left. Nope.
Come
To the
on,
left, to the
Jamie.
left.
Sorry.
Damn, bro.
Where do I cop a pair?
For the Vegas fit. But yeah, but these are the. Dang, there's a whole Vice like documentary.
Oh
about
fuck!
them.
See, like,
Mexican pointy boots.
okay, I understand wearing them ironically for the
Mhm.
memes. Because I would wear them for the memes.
Oh, dude, the dude's getting down.
But
Over to the right.
unironically, like...
I don't think anyone wears them unironically. I think everyone wears them like.
That was a hot shit.
Yeah, like these are.
That was
I
that
don't
was.
know. I have a feeling that some people took their culture very seriously, and that was their shit.
Yeah.
I feel like. They're
So
kinda-
I think there's some that were memes, but I think the large majority was like,
Well, I mean,
this is the next.
it's
hot
because they
shit.
memed it from like these, right? Like these would be kind of like.
Well, yeah, those are regular botines.
But there'll be some that were like kind of pointy, because I used to have some really pointy ones too. Kind of like this
But
one.
they took it up a notch.
Like how they kind of like have that little extra point, but then they're like, yeah, let's just meme it.
But some people took it. Some people had to take it and be like, yo, look at my Jordans. Practically, they waited. They camped out to get these things. The fucking Intentalos ones.
Bro, you can grab your boots.
How do Mexicans feel about the latest chuntaro trend?
Is that what they're called? Chuntaro.
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 It doesn't have an accent, so it's chuntaro.
See, like I wouldn't know because I couldn't see the accent. I don't
If it
speak.
had an accent, it would be like chuntaro or chuntaro or chuntaro.
Isn't that the raíz?
Hmm?
Like where you pronounce like the certain accent is called the raíz. Did Miss Chavez teach me something? Or
Oh yeah.
The only thing Miss Chavez taught me is that the little desks we sit at are called pupitres. That's the only thing I learned there.
I want to try to spell that.
Pupitres.
Pupitres escolares.
See, look, in Spanish you can actually sound words out.
What the heck?
In English you can't sound words
Yeah.
out.
True.
I always hated this at school when they'd be like, oh, just sound it out. And like, all right, if you tell me red, how the hell do I know which red?
Is it the color red? Is it the red in past tense, or is it the red? Or
They're
green?
like, and Jamie wanted to read a red book that he read last year. Like, no, balls.
Or like, there goes that boy, and there is that girl, and they are going to the market. That one threw me off for a while.
Oh, there.
There,
No,
there, and there.
there.
You
There
know
they
which-
are. There they are going to the market, and they're going to buy groceries.
To get their groceries.
Yeah. Let's just make it simpler, TBH. How do you guys feel about acronyms? Like people just like, you know what? Fuck these words. Let's just shorten them up, and people can like read them.
Like lol.
Yeah, like you like
Well,
that's.
no.
I read it. Do you read it in your head, like laughing out loud, or do you read it like LOL or LOL in your head?
At this point, I read it low.
LOL, right?
I think
As
when
we
it
know,
first
low means-
started, I think I read it LOL.
I don't read it. Like I don't sound it out.
Oh, right.
I see it as an emotion. If that makes sense.
Well, at this point, I don't think it's an emotion. It's more
like
so
a-
a lack of emotion.
Yeah, it's like a.
Well,
It's,
yes.
it's your filler. Like when you have nothing else to say, you put lol.
Yeah. But like I don't like.
But just any acronyms, like when people put like TBH, do you read it TBH or do you read it to be honest? Or you
How do
already,
you- how
or
do
do
you-
you already know that
Oh,
TBH
so like how do I
means?
translate it when I
In
read
your
it?
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in your head, do you read it? Do you translate it the full? If someone puts TBH, you go to be honest, or do you already
Like, do you see?
I think I sounded out.
do you
You
do
just
you
put
say
TBH?
NASA or do you say National Aeronautics and Space Administration?
Well, with that, I wouldn't just say that. But
The
like,
National Administration or National Aeronautics and Space
no.
Administration.
So-
I choose the shorter method.
Of course, I'm not gonna fucking read like that. But if, like, for example, like to be honest, then I'll read like to be honest.
See, and my niece and nephew are like that.
Mhm.
They correct me on everything,
Yeah.
but it's like not worth correcting.
Yeah.
Like
I just
they're
wanna be
playing.
right.
They're playing like Mario Maker, and I'll be like, "Oh, I died on the spike," and they'll be like, "You mean the spike trap?" Like, you know what I'm fucking talking, okay? You know what I mean? Or the stupid. I'll say, "Man, the stupid turtle." You mean the Koopas? Like, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like you play Mario Maker. Actually, it's Super Mario Maker 2. I'm not gonna say the
He's
whole
like that one
fucking
kid, like,
thing.
actually.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, he's the type of person who would say like, I want to join National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Like, I'll be like, hey man, this water tastes good. Oh, you mean 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen? Like, oh, dude. Sometimes I'm like, you're adorable, but like, just shut up.
Just rip them open.
Dude, sometimes I'm like, what? You know what I mean? But then now he'll say, like, I'll be like, oh, I got hit by the ghost. You mean the boo? I know, you mean ghost. And I'm like, why do you say these extra things?
Trolling.
You already know what it means.
Well, I feel like he's at that stage where he just wants to be right.
How does he?
That's a good question. Like 8, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He's learning.
He's at that point psychologically, because since I was a criminology major, I had to take
Children development or something like that.
well, psychology, sociology, and then like criminal justice stuff.
Yeah.
Kids between like I think it was like 4 through 8, somewhere around there, that they think as in whatever they know, everyone else knows. Regardless of what it is. So say there's like a box of crayons, or it's an empty box of crayons, but there's only 1 crayon in it, and you ask them what color's in it, they're not gonna know, right? And then you show it to them, oh, it's red. You bring in another little girl, and then that same kid is still there, and you close and you're like, you ask the second girl, what color crayon is in here? That other kid is gonna be like, Obies, it's red. It's red, easy, right? But that's because they think that everyone else knows what they know. So for them, it's like, that's why like my nephew will come up to me and he's like, oh, I made a new level. You know what it's called? And I'm like, why would I know that? Like, what?
Yeah.
You literally could call it anything.
My sister used to do that a lot, and I'm just like, bro, why don't you just tell me?
Like, you gave me no clues. You just come up to me and you're like, I made a new level. You know what I called it? Like, I don't fucking know.
You should name it that now.
And then I'll go to him and I'm like, I made a new level. You know what I called it? And he's like, no.
Imagine he was like,
erythrocyclitis.
You're just like, wait.
But yeah, it's a child development thing, a psychological thing.
Interesting.
And kids are funny, and not like, well, I don't mean this in like a bad way, but it's just so funny how we humans, we are born useless.
Yeah.
But other animals,
they're born to survive right out of the gate. Most of them.
Yeah. Some still, they need to still be with their parents,
like doggies,
Like
with their legal
guardians. Well, only for a couple days.
Yeah,
they're called.
But they're like humans. They take 18 years to be able to do anything. Well, I mean, not really, but like to be considered
on average.
Like, to be considered like, okay, now you can fend for yourself. And it's like other animals are like, boom, like maybe a couple months, 3 months, and they're like, bam.
They're out in the wild.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
sea turtles, like, they come out of the womb by themselves.
I think I had read that it has to do something with like the size of the brain.
Something like they just instinctually know what to do and how to do it right out of the gate. Well, because like sea turtles, they get the mom lays the eggs, and she's like, all right, deuces.
Yeah, and then they just
they hatch and they run to the water, and
it's like, bro, you don't even know how to swim.
Everyone's like, everybody goes their own separate ways.
That's interesting. How it takes, I would say, like for a human to be like, okay, like I know how to do most things, I would say at least like 15, and even then,
I think the most
I know
mature
some adults that still are like, whoa, bro, like you're like 80 and you're still like not all there.
Yeah, but it's the fact that we humans, well, like I saw like a thing with Bill Burr. I was gonna call him by his government name, William Burr.
Isn't it Wilfred?
Wilburton?
Wilfred?
I think it's Wilfred.
Black guy.
Not Wilburton.
Oh no, wait. What would it be? No, is it Wilfred?
Wilbur.
William.
Wilbur Burr. Wilbur Burr. Well, he's like, it's crazy to think that humans are at the point where we're the top dogs, because we are literally useless compared to most animals in the kingdom.
Yeah. With the exception of that guy that killed a mountain lion with his fucking bare hands. Other than that, most humans.
Because him and Joe Rogan were talking about because they were looking like at a picture of a tiger. Yeah, it's like it's bent over like this, and you can see all the muscles and shit. And he's somehow we're higher than them in the food chain, but if you strip us down, most of us would die.
And it's honestly because of these, and then like our brain. I think if I remember, it was these that led to our brain to develop. Because we started learning how to use tools, and
they were like
start expanding
the cavemen's were like big brain hours.
Big brain See, I will, if I could go back and witness one moment, if I had a chance to witness just one moment, I would witness like the first manipulation of fire by a Homo sapien, because I feel like that would be interesting as fuck. Because for a long time it would be like, oh, like you touch it, it hurts, and then it's like, oh, like we can do shit with this, like we can cook and we can do a ton of things, and eventually it became, what we are.
If I could go back, I'd go to like, was it the Laugh Factory, when
Joe Rogan and Bobby Lee?
No, even better.
Oof.
When the dude who plays Kramer in Seinfeld, he was repeatedly using the N-word and destroyed his entire career.
Oh no.
That had to be like an awkward fucking moment to be in that comedy club. Like, because it was like funny like the first time or the second time, but then it quickly was just like,
what is he doing?
Is this still a joke? And then you just saw his like whole life crumble.
A quick self-destruct.
Hey, but I mean, he's probably getting banked from those royalty checks. Seinfeld is banking.
Are you guys down to self-destruct at Vegas? We just like pour everything that we poured up this whole year. We drink our problems away.
Well, we've seen what you look like when you drink your problems away, so that's kind of scary.
No, it's not that scary.
It's because we don't take care of them. We're just bystanders from afar watching everyone else trip over you.
And
I'm like at the Christmas party this year, where you were like, "Who let me get Vegas drunk?"
I love that. That's a thing. Like, because last year when we went to our Vegas trip, like that was kind of the tipping point for a lot of people getting like intoxicated, because you said like that's like the most intoxicated you've been.
Because I don't like drinking that much. I'll have a beer, one or two once in a while.
I think the craziest I got was at your
at
21st party.
Yeah. Why am I like the part of or in the middle of like all
well these... It's because your cousins like started early.
Sure. Yeah, my cousins did turn
and then they kept like, all right, shots for everyone. I was down until the vodka.
And then what I did, what sealed the deal with him is that, you know how I make my Jack and Cokes kind of sneaky? They have a lot of alcohol, but they don't taste like it. Mm-hmm. I gave him my full cup, and then he just grabbed it, and I was like, oh, here, drink like some soda, like drink something so you can hydrate.
Dude, you chugged that shit down.
You fucking chugged it. And then like 5 minutes later, it was all over. And then I think you gave him another drink, no? Or was it moonshine?
I might have given him moonshine. That sounds about right.
I never want to
enjoy moonshine.
Have that in my presence ever again.
Oh, I'm gonna tell Domo,
nah,
you better bring some
Domo
moonshine.
and Gibby, sabotage if you're watching this. Never bring that near me ever again.
Only bring that again.
So I'm gonna message him right now. Domo, I need moonshine.
I was okay, because I think the first like shot we took of moonshine, like I was fine, but then it was just I felt it, Mr. Krabs, and then after that, like everyone just kept passing it to me.
Yeah, it's so good.
And then I didn't really eat that much that day, even though he had bomb ass like my mom's tacos. But
dude, I took full advantage of the open bar, and like every time she passed by with food, I was like, "Bring it here." Yeah. So I had a constant foundation.
And then Noah the whole night, bro, bro, you know what I feel like doing right now? I feel like doing some push-ups right now. And I would be like, dude, just go do some push-ups, like pump, get that.
Because I wanted to get it out of my system. That's why I was like, maybe I could sweat this thing out.
And then you said it like 4 or 5 times, bro.
But
I want to do some push-ups.
But in my defense, I was not the one who actually did push-ups at the party.
Wait, who did push-ups?
The two Adrians.
Yeah.
They were in the 69 position doing push-ups. Yeah, dude, that party was wild.
It was crazy. And then me and your brother were just vibing. We were like playing. He would play one song, I'd play one song, he'd play one song.
But the magical moment of the whole night is when the things just got started. Because me and this fool, we were seated literally all the way at the front.
By the
say like by the speakers, right?
Yeah.
It's when your Nina was like, "Mijo, ¿qué canción quiere que le cante?" And you know what's funny is that I had maybe a beer. I wasn't even like loaded or anything. It was just me being stupid. And I'm like, gasolina!
And then my Nina comes up.
Dude, me and this fool were dying for like a good half hour. Just
that shit killed me. Because we would forget about it. We'd be like, eating whatever, and then like I would be like, "Suban butter," and then like it would start all over again.
Oh, that was so good.
If I could redo a moment, it would be my birthday party, just because.
You knocked out early.
Yeah, I'm like notoriously known in my group to like fall asleep or like
by
9 p.m. because at my 21st birthday party, the party was over by 9 p.m.
Well, no,
you were over.
You were over by 9. The party kept going.
Well, when I'm not there, the party is the party really going if I'm not there?
I mean,
the party kept going, and it had a very abrupt end.
Yeah, but even then, when we left, the party continued.
Oh yeah, we went to Christian's house while you were fast asleep.
This coming Friday weekend,
it's gonna be the same thing.
No, I've been doing good. I get tired.
Well, at least you were asleep.
True.
It's better than
like
woke drunk Yuli.
What's wrong with woke Jimmy?
That's when the
woke?
No, like conscious.
Oh, I thought like woke.
No, you're never woke. Well, kind of, because you did send either it was a text message or a voicemail that you were like. Because I think, what was it? We were at a party. It was some kind of party, and you were in a different planet, and it was me, Eric, and Gio. Very unique combination. But we were at Jack in the Box eating after this party. I forget what party it was, and you were blowing up Blake's phone, and we listened to one of the voicemails you left, and you were like, Domo I think was there too, and you were like, guys. Why don't you answer me? Do you not love me? Okay, at the party today. Okay, like yeah, maybe I drank too much. Okay, but okay, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Right?
Well, I remember this.
Yeah, dude, and we were like, even after you said that, we're all like, "Fuck, dude, that was deep." That was woke Yuli.
That's woke Yuli. Okay,
you. Conscious drunk Yuli sends a lot of messages and leaves a lot of voicemails that are funny to listen to.
Even like since because I first got like drunk when I was 15 at a family like New Year party.
Sounds about
and
right.
They had a like lechita. Have you had that drink? Or it's like kind of.
I'm interested to have it in Vegas.
It's kind of we could try to make it. It's like horchata. Think of that. Or think it's. Let me see if I can find a recipe, like, cause it's pretty good. It tastes like kind of like leche or chata, but then there's strawberries. There's like almond.
Oh,
not almonds.
I know what you're talking about.
But they call it lechita. But then they spike it, and it's. Oof. But if we can make that, that'd be kind of cool.
And like yeah, he's notorious for drunk calls.
But yes, but that
I remember it started to rain, and someone told you, oh, Domo's like, hey, Domo was like. Hey, don't show that. Domo's like, all right, you'll like just stay there. I'll pick you up, okay? You took those words as gospel.
Your Domo's getting better,
right? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You took those words as gospel because I think Domo told us that You actually did just stay there and stand in the front yard in the middle of the rain?
Oh, was that the?
Because he asked, like, "Where are you?" And you were like, "I'm in the front. I'm in the." He's like,
Oh,
"Yoli,
yeah.
are you in the rain?" And then you're like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, guys, I gotta go pick this guy up."
I think it was Amalia's 21st, whatever. You know, remember when she had it in her front yard? It was raining.
Yeah.
I think it was that thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because apparently you were, when he told you not to go anywhere, you literally didn't go anywhere, and you planted your roots on the ground and refused to move.
He said, "I am Groot."
But yes, I am notorious for sending like calling people, telling them like, "Yo, what's up? I love you guys."
I wonder what would you do if everyone was already there? Who would you call?
That isn't probably like an ex.
Wait, why do you have their numbers still?
Well, because I'm still like friendlies with all my exes. Like I haven't left like bad vibes. I try not to leave like with any bad vibes with anyone, unless like there's no like, nah, like I still probably don't.
Like ex-girlfriend hoarding.
Is that a thing? I've been.
Because I wouldn't do that.
No, you're just.
I'm done.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for me, avoiding bad vibes is not talking to them.
There's no like for you. There would be no room where it's like a mutual breakup where it's like you know what, like we can still hang out, we can shoot the shit, we can have fun, but we just don't feel the connection anymore.
Well, problem is I've never been in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm saying like as a
I don't know. Yeah, that would be, I don't know. I couldn't imagine it. Well, I wouldn't know if I was in that situation how I would feel, but I personally have never been in that situation.
But I'm just like, it's more of like, would you see yourself ever being able to do that? Or would you be like, oh, a breakup is a breakup and that's it?
Like
I think so.
Me and Danielle, you know how like we're all still part of the same friend group, but we're like,
I vaguely
a couple.
I don't know the whole lore, but
I mean we're together, right? We broke up after high school, but we're all part of the same friend group, so like we still see each other and we're still cool, and like we're cool, we're friends.
I don't know. I don't know. It would depend. It would depend.
Like how?
Because if I wasn't feeling the relationship, then I guess I could. But if I was feeling it, then I don't think I could.
And you were hurt?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Because it would just depend. Like, it could be mutual, but it would be like, it's mutual, but I still care.
Right.
And or it's mutual because I wasn't.
I mean, of course, if it was like bad vibes, like, or if the relationship ended like in bad vibes,
it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, the relationship is over, but you still want to make it work. Mm-hmm. If it was like one of those, like, nah.
Okay, because
the feelings are always there.
True.
Because I can like definitely see like people like still being able to have fun, like go out, you know, have dinner, laugh together. But at the end of the day, it's like that connection. That like,
my thing is the vibe is that connection will always be there. For one person or the other.
I see.
So regardless of like if you break up with that person and you're like, oh, we could still be friends.
No.
It's like, but they see you a certain way, you see them a certain way.
True.
And I feel like that
won't be able
that'll clash.
Yeah.
So for me, that is more bad vibes.
True.
Mainly because I've been on the one with the connection still.
Okay.
So I'm not about it.
Yeah, interesting. But
so I very much have a slash and burn concept.
Yeah.
If you know what that means.
Yeah, I can understand.
I'm looking at the intellectual over there. The 3-time defending Geography B champion.
Back to back, too bad.
You're the Patrick McCaw of spelling bees or geography bees. You know who that is? Patrick McCaw.
I feel like I've heard the name.
He rode the bench to 3 straight titles. He was with the Golden State Warriors. Last 2 championships.
Yeah.
And then I think he got traded to Toronto the year they won the title. So he got 3 straight titles without doing anything.
I remember now. You had told me.
Well, I don't know if he didn't do anything, but I know he wasn't like a starter or anything.
He brought the snacks.
I was just like fucking horrible with names. Like,
oh, dude.
But see, like, okay, I'm horrible with names. Like, for example, like sports.
Mm-hmm.
But if I meet someone, like. And I still remember most names from like my high school class. Why? I have no idea, but I remember name and last name, and I can put a face to a name. to a name.
I could put a face, but I may or may not put a name to it.
But like that's why I have such a hard time keeping up with sports and why I usually don't, because the names just don't stick. Like basketball is why like I started following it, because the names actually started sticking. Because it's like 11, 12 players to a team, so it's a little easier. Like football, you can forget that. I'm not remembering.
You don't remember 32 teams of 53 guys on a roster? Telling me you can't remember that? Come on.
I'm not like you.
Come on, bro.
But like you and Blake will be talking like, oh yeah, like so and so. Oh yeah, and then so and so.
Dude, I even know like college players and XFL players.
See,
like today when you sent the touchdown by Nelson Spruce, and I was like, my boy Nelson Spruce, too bad he got cut from the Rams.
What he got time for that? Like my memory is much more preoccupied with having ADHD than like actually trying to remember names. And that's why like basketball is easy, because they're small squads. But even soccer, like the squads can get pretty big.
Well, just because also there's a lot of teams and like divisions and leagues.
Because soccer is literally the whole world.
Right.
There's no real league. Like sure, there's leagues here and there, right? But you don't see soccer as like in every other sport. I think of like if I think baseball, I think MLB. If I think basketball, I think NBA. If you say soccer, there's not one particular league that I think of.
True.
I think maybe Premier League, because that's the European league that I like the most, because I feel it's the most balanced. But there's like any number of directions you can go in, and all the other ones are like you really only have the US league.
True. Unless
it's like cricket or like rugby. We don't play that shit.
Cricket is actually a big ass sport. I didn't know that.
In like India and in I think England and like Australia, probably like South Africa.
Yeah. I saw a chart that like broke down like the biggest sports in the world.
And it's huge.
And cricket's up there. I didn't know that. and I looked up the rules for cricket and I'm like, who made this sport? Like
I see it and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
It's like a big brain, like all they need to do is just pull out a calculator and have to do equations.
In the middle of the game. Like a cricket pitch looks like what Cholos look like at the handball courts at LP Park.
Or the viejitos.
Yeah, it's kind of like
the tiros are there.
Because you have to make it bounce. But then I guess the balls are very hard because like if you get hit with the pitch, I see them go down.
Yeah, I think it was this one.
1 trillion?
What is
this? I
don't even think that's World Bit Sports.
Fool, that's like Efrain Alvarez. I don't think he plays cricket.
Field hockey.
What is happening, Joe?
Oh, field hockey. I think chicks play field hockey. Or I've only seen
lady teams.
Yeah. Like Big Time Rush. Remember that?
I do know what that is, but I don't know.
Like, do you remember the original movie? Like when it first started?
And they played.
No, they were just some jabronis from Minnesota, and they were playing hockey.
Oh right.
And they were like working at grocery stores and shit.
I forgot.
And then like they were gonna prank the chicks field hockey team. So that's my only point of reference when it comes to field hockey is I think it's a chicks.
But yeah, see, like soccer has 4 billion fans.
Yeah.
Cricket
more than
is like second in the world. Then field hockey is third. Tennis, volleyball.
See, like I didn't know cricket was a thing ever.
Yeah, no, cricket's pretty big.
For a long time, I think I barely found out about cricket. Maybe like 2 years ago, when I saw like a highlight reel on YouTube, I was like cricket. Oh, it was that time when we were looking up like extreme sports that we ranking, and then we found out medieval MMA.
Medieval MMA.
And then like cricket,
we were looking at that. We were looking at Gaelic football, which looks interesting as fuck too. It's like a combination of football, rugby, and soccer. But like, there's like, it's like basketball, in the sense where you can only take like 2 steps before you either pass or you have to pass it to yourself. So you're on the run and you have to kick the ball.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the possession, because if you take 3 steps, I guess it's essentially a travel, but I don't know what they would call it
Man, it's so weird.
But you can score a regular goal, or you can score a field goal. So there's like it literally looks like a soccer game in America. So you'll have the cancha, and then you'll have the field goal behind it, the field goal post.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
It looks like that, but more often than not, the ball isn't on the floor. They're carrying it.
How does the ball look like?
Like a rugby ball, I think.
Because that's why I'm like.
I remember more like a basketball.
Maybe it was like somewhere in
It
between.
was
Because
like
it was,
big ass ball.
but it wasn't like maybe like an egg,
Yeah,
like an actual Webble egg. But
A Webble egg? Is there a different one?
well, because sometimes they'll say like football is egg shaped,
Oh, okay.
I don't think
okay.
right? They'll say like an egg shaped ball, and they'll just describing the football. But I would say more like what an actual Webble would look like,
Yeah, okay.
but not a testy though, like a Webble. You know, you just gotta always clarify it.
True.
Cause like, do you ever say like, "Ma, me voy a llevar los huevos," right? Or "Ma, traigo huevos." No, pues ya sé. Right? Like I always
I hope you do.
like every time like I have to tell my mom I brought eggs, I'll say I brought eggs. I'll say it in English. I won't say it because my mom would always be like, "No, pues tráete los huevos," and I'm like, "No, I brought eggs." I brought eggs. I'm not gonna say it in Spanish.
Your mom's a troll.
But yeah, like cricket. I only found out about it like 2 years ago. And it's
You're
like,
missing out.
I guess
So
so.
you're what is it, 2.5 million people?
And then according to that chart, like apparently field hockey is like
Field hockey, I'm assuming it's like what we played
It's
at
like-
Grandview,
Yeah.
like on the basketball
everything
courts,
that has to do with hockey, but like on grass.
oh the black eyes.
the black ice.
Like,
But then, like, if you fell, you ate so much shit.
because we played in the concrete, like whose bright idea was to play?
And
in the
this was
concrete?
like, and every time you played hockey, it was in the summer seasons. It was like hot. So like, if you spat, it would immediately it wouldn't make it to the ground. You. So if you ate it, I hated playing hockey because I always pulled a muscle in my back. Because always you're like trying to go for it,
Yeah.
and then I'd be like this for like a week. So I never fucked with
It's
hockey.
been me like waking up every day. I don't know how I sleep. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing like one of these when I'm sleeping.
You're like in a yoga pose like when you wake up.
I'm just there.
He's
Wow,
like
wake up.
sitting up with his legs crossed.
I don't wake up. I rise from the ground. I awaken. But yeah, dude. I don't know what I'm doing in my sleep. I wake up with my back hurting every day.
See, like my shoulders, just make me look bad. But my shoulders, every time like I pick them up, they crack because I sleep face down and I sleep like this. So every time, like that's why when I do like military press, my shoulders go. And right now they're not doing it for some reason. They're nice and lifted up.
Fix or it didn't happen. Fix or it didn't happen.
But any other time other than right now, I could do it.
I feel like since you brought up shoulders, it's like when I work out, it's the one part that I want to develop the most, but it's the one I hate doing the most. At least for me, it's the most difficult. Besides legs, because legs is a given. Because you really can't do anything unless you go heavy. But heavy means like heavy. Like the leg press, I was pushing like 110. No, 310 on the leg press. You gotta go hard. On the shoulders, you can fucking have like 15-pound dumbbells and you can be in complete agony.
Oh my god.
Like just doing a lateral raises or front raises, just with a 50-pounder. You're
Or even like the 10 ones when you have to hold the plates like this.
yeah.
And I'm just like with the 2 like pound plates.
And it burns. It doesn't feel like you're working out. It feels like you're destroying your actual shoulders. But I want to look like a cobra.
Shoulder muscles look funny.
I'd be like that.
Like Giannis, he looks like too square. Or like Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Like he looks funny too. He looks like too square. It
Well,
looks
Dwight
funny.
Howard in general just looks square because even his head is like
True.
rectangle. But you know.
He's Steve from Minecraft.
Oh my god.
But it's like the one muscle that to me stands out the most. It's usually the first one I'll notice. Because like everything else is like this, but this is little cobras right here.
Well, I feel like it's it's kind of like an intimidation type of thing, because even like suits, they put the little shoulder pads.
Yeah,
so you
maybe
look,
that's what it is.
So you look like
you look
tough.
more intimidating.
Yeah.
So then it would be the pechugas and the shoulders, because that's what like. But you gotta do your trapezius too, or else because you're gonna be like that. You need the trapezius to get you out that.
To be able to
You should probably just get in the gym in the first place, and then we'll.
I've been going around.
When though? Because I always try to get you to work out with me.
I don't like working out with people who are not my size.
No, look. I don't need you. I'm not saying that we're gonna work out together the whole time. I just need someone to spot me in like bench presses.
I gotta wait for you to do your stuff,
dude. Like I literally don't dilly dally.
Let you do your stuff.
Trust me, bro. I'm in the zone when I'm in the gym.
That zone.
I'll have like industrial metal playing, and I'm just like I'm like mean mugging the whole time.
And then I'm like listening to like Tame Impala. I'm just.
You're like listening to Post Malone and shit, and I'm just like I that's why I started wearing headphones, because the gym would play like the poppiest shit, and I'm like I can't. How am I supposed to live to this?
Slayer. I need the raining blood.
Yeah, dude. I need power. That's why I like industrial metal, because they're more often than not. It's just very in your face,
It's
and
just
like Rammstein.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just like very powerful, very in your face. Any other time, I don't think I would normally listen to it. Like on my, on my free time before working out, it's great.
Oof.
That and new metal, but not
But
like
it's
emo new metal.
Different, right?
Yeah, NU.
Yeah, NU.
NU with the booblies in the top.
Yeah.
The booblies.
The
Yeah.
jabooblies.
Yes.
That was
Suffer
that-
with us.
that-
Suffer. This moment, this like awkward silence. Yes, suffer with us.
this isn't like a podcasting. This is what actually happens in nature.
Yes.
Is we're having a good time, and Yuli will force some kind of joke that immediately kills the entire conversation, and we have to start over somewhere else.
Then I guess that's
So,
how we should end the podcast like that. I'm sorry, guys. I had
guess
to do it.
what an abrupt ending is like. Hey,
That-
it was like his party.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a Yuli thing.
It's 9 o'clock. That's why we gotta wrap it up. I'm about to fall asleep. It's not even on.
You're looking at a blank screen.
All right. Well, I guess we'll end it since it's already awkward.
Really good at that.
If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure to
The what?
Huh?
Enjoyed your what? Who?
If you enjoyed what?
You enjoyed what?
You know, if you enjoyed this episode of our podcast,
Make
make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, and make sure to comment down below of what you want us to talk about in these podcasts. Suggest any topics or whatever. Just give some good vibes.
His
My
social
ad-
media is right here.
Right
His
here.
social media is
Yeah,
right
I'm
here.
never putting it there still.
Social. That'll be the running joke.
All the stuff will be in the description below. Our social media at Got Better Things to Do. No, at Got BTTD.
It's good to know.
Our socials will be in the description.
It'll be right there. It'll be right there.
Baby.
Make sure to watch the videos we released this week. We've released, or this past week when we put this out. I gotta do the math. Yeah, we put out a new banger, Justin Bieber parody.
Banger. No, you're good. You're good. Just keep going. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
What else am I missing? I think that's everything, right? Let's hit it out with a cumbia.
Are we still doing that?
We've been doing it every time.
See, we hit him with some cringe at the end. You want to double this? You want to double
the
cringe?
You want unsubs or what?
That's a good song we could translate.
Oh, La Inconforme.
Can you do that one?
All right, guys. We'll catch you next episode. Peace.